Hey, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to show you how to replace your rivet on a Dometic awning.
So this is our old rivet and I'm going to show you how to replace it. Our new one we got off of Amazon, and I'll link that down there as well as other things in the video. But as you can see here on the right hand side, it's completely bent and out of shape. So let's get started. First and foremost, make sure you have the right replacement and make sure that it can slide up and down the rafter before taking your old one out. Super important so that you make sure that you have the right size so that you don't take the old one out and realize you can't replace it. So as we're taking the old out, you will need a Robinson drill bit to unscrew the two screws, one on each side of the arm, to be able to take the old rivet out. And here is the new one, and we are just showing that it actually is the right size and it can go up and down, which is great. The next step in removing the old rivet is to use a drill bit. We used a 11/64 to put a hole in the old pin so it loses its integrity, like breaks it down, and then you can pop it out with a pin punch, or a Phillips screwdriver could possibly work if you don't have a pin punch, but I personally think the pin punch worked really great. Once you have drilled through it enough, you use a pin punch and a hammer to knock it out on the other side, which is shown here, and I also linked this down below in the description as well. You can find it on Amazon or Home Depot. Either one has it. I personally think that this step was the hardest, so once you get the old rivet out, the new one is pretty easy to assemble and put back on, so that's the good news. It can sometimes take a couple of times with the hammer to actually knock it out of place, and we found that ours was kind of a little stubborn. So don't be worried if it takes a couple times with the hammer and the pin punch to actually really knock the old pin out. Sometimes it's just in there for so long that it is just stubborn, as you can see how ours is. You can take the arm off if you want and actually do this either on the floor or on a table. Sometimes you can get more support that way, and you'll see that when we actually put the new rivet on. So that's an option as well if you're kind of tired of bending over and doing this while it's actually still attached to the RV. Okay, so now you have everything out of the old part of the arm, and it is a nice hole now. So the next step is, we personally removed the arm because we realized that we did not want to keep bending over and doing this sideways, so we felt like there was more support on the floor. And again, before you put the new rivet on, I would check with the working awning rivet and arm to make sure that it's facing the right direction and that you don't put the rivet on backwards, because if you do that, then you will have to start all over again. So very, very important step to do that. Now, with the new rivet, you will have to use a snap fastener and hammer to pound it in place. You can find that at Ace Hardware or Amazon. I'll link that in the description as well. You will need to use a hard surface to do this on because, one, it will make your life easier, but two, as you can see, we had to move from our bumper plate to a curb because we needed something more stable and a firm surface to do that on. So I would definitely recommend that you find a hard surface to do this on. Another great tip and reminder is to be very careful to keep this snap fastener straight, because our first go around, my husband accidentally had the fastener just slightly crooked on one hit and the whole pin bent on us, as you can see. So we had to redo it. So I just want to give a heads up on that. I always find that it's kind of important to show the how not to's because it always gives you an idea of what not to do. Anyways, I fast forwarded that part, but you get the picture. Now it is time to put the arm and rivet back in place. Yay, one of the last steps. You slide the arm in and slide the rivet in, and all you do is you just screw the screws back in with the same Robinson drill bit, and voila, you are set to go. We have a working awning again, and we are so excited to go out and camp with it. Overall, once you have all the items, which I would highly suggest you make sure that you have everything all set to go before you actually start this project, it really did not take us longer than about 30 minutes to an hour. I would say we were on the longer side because we bent the first pin of the new rivet. So if you don't have any issues like that, it does not take that long at all. And here you see the awning works again. On both sides, it can go up and down, and it works really beautiful. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you be able to place your rivet on your awning. Please leave a comment or question, and I'll be happy to answer it. And if you like what you see, please subscribe for more how-tos coming your way.